Welcome to the world according to Rich. If you want to build an audience on YouTube, go outside of YouTube. That's just one piece of advice offered by YouTube partner BusterSenshi, also known as Richard Reynolds of the great state of Maine, who is today's vlogger interview.
My channel is BusterSenshi, but that's really just a name. I go by Richard Reynolds. I am the founder of 30 Days Later Productions, and 30 Days Later Productions is like the first main web video company. It's really hasn't gone anywhere, but that's because I just haven't started anything. What we do at my site is we mostly have a lot of video content that has to do with what people would call the zeitgeist, the spirit of the time. And that's what a lot of vloggers do, is they hone in on their zeitgeist and they figure out what is going on in the world. Now the only thing is, you don't want to be like a news station. News stations hone into that type of stuff and they just present it at you with facts. That's not how web video is. The trick behind web video is it's got to be funny. Like, if you're not funny, people are going to leave your video. You also have to be catching. On real news, people are going to sit there and they're going to watch it because the news is on. And people say that, oh, the news is on, let's watch it. People don't say, oh, the YouTube video is on, let's watch that. So if you want to be successful in web video, you've got to do stuff where you're going to catch someone. So what I do when I start up a video is I make sure that the first 5 seconds are something that you're going to love. And a lot of bloggers have done that. They either make sure that you know who they are or they know that you're going to love it. Sexy Phil is one of the best news bloggers, and he makes sure that you have a catchphrase from him, and then you have his intro clip, which is amazing. And I totally suggest that maybe you should get an intro clip. I don't have one, but that's because I always make sure they know who I am. So what you're going to expect from my channel is mostly something that's going to keep you laughing, and you're going to be informed.
But how did you come into this? How did you start vlogging?
Well, that's actually really funny. I didn't do anything with cameras. I started as a web designer, and one day I looked right at my web design teacher and I said to him, you know what? I don't think I'm going to be successful at being a web designer. I want to do video. So he told me, okay, make a video every day for 30 days. Tell me how it goes. So what I did was I made those videos. The most successful one that I made was something that had to do about sickness. I was sick that day, so I told people, wow, I'm so sick. Check out this website that will show you where people also are sick. And all of a sudden I noticed that had 200 views, and I was like, wow, I've only got 100 subscribers. Where did these other people on the internet come from? And that's where I noticed that you do have to hone into the zeitgeist or the spirit of the time, and you need to realize that you're not the only person who's ever had something like this. If you're sick, other people are sick. People relate to that.
Now, in terms of building an audience, now you started, when did you realize that you wanted to really sort of go into this? And what is your goal with being on YouTube and doing your channel?
Well, I started officially, I guess you could say, back in 2008, where me and my friends would make little comedy videos. And tell you what, it's really hard to get a whole bunch of people to help you make a production. It's impossible. Unless you're paying them. And who has the money to do that? So what I ended up doing was I would do a video or two, and then I'd do a vlog. And all of a sudden I noticed that vlogging was doing a lot better. So I'd always had this goal that I wanted to be famous. And when I started to notice that I was jumping in 50 subscribers and stuff like that, all of a sudden I had over 500 subscribers, I had to start keeping up with content. And I think the best way to keep your content fresh is with a vlog.
And within the YouTube world, how do you go about, building your audience? How do you, where did you start from, and how do you get up to the point where it makes sense for you economically?
Well, the easiest way to build subscribers on YouTube is to not do it on YouTube. You should actually be self-promoting yourself on other sites. You should always be on Twitter. You should always be on Facebook. You should be showing your video off every way you can. If you're at somewhere and you're just like, hey, I make YouTube videos, you've probably got a smartphone or a computer in front of you. Go ahead and show them your video. You'd be amazed at how many people like that. And as soon as you've got that one friend who likes it, they're going to start showing their stuff on their Facebook, Twitter. They're going to just show it to someone. They might even email it. Try and do that. If you can get just a couple of solid people, you're doing great. And then once you start getting things on YouTube, go ahead. People will share you on YouTube. Suggest to people to like your video. The moment that they like it, it shows up on their news feed. Everyone who's subscribed to them will see that. Make sure to have a subscribe button, like, at the end of your video. That's the most important thing that so many people forget, followed by content. You've got to have good content.
What's interesting, you brought up something that I think also a lot of people don't see, is the fact that to find an audience on YouTube, you have to look outside of YouTube. Now, I think, did I see somewhere that you were at VidCon?
Yes, I was at VidCon.
I found it interesting that even the top YouTube stars were, they would be huge within the hotel. They could walk across the street to the Century City Shopping Center and no one would know them. Which
totally true.
Which says to me that your prime audience, or the potential of your audience, is so many more times than what it is now.
Yep.
To go out and, like, as you said, to promote it on other sites and other places.
If you've got something that you can promote, show it. This shirt is my own shirt. I made this for my website. This is my logo. The moment that you add something on there, people are going to ask, why does your shirt have a 3DL? And you can be like, I like this guy who makes YouTube videos. He has a site called 30 Days Later.
A lot of people don't seem to understand that even vlogging exists.
Yeah. A lot of people don't even understand that vlogging is a way to make income.
Right. You were talking about this movement to bring people together to help each other build their subscription base. Can you talk a little bit about that?
I totally can. There's this movement going on right now called Together to the Top, and I am probably one of the first people who is a vlogger to get on top of that, and now that you've heard that, you need to get on that movement too. It's as easy as just putting Together to the Top in your description bar, showing off what Together to the Top means, and then actually following through with those words and checking out other vloggers' stuff. Because you need to always remember that you're not alone. There's other people out there who are making vlog videos. It's just like other people are making news and other people are making television shows. Why don't you go and try to guest star on someone's vlog? It's pretty easy. You send them a video clip over the almighty interwebs, and all of a sudden you're promoting their channel, they're promoting your channel, and you've got this growth that is just amazing. Contact your YouTube brethren. Like, make friends online. You do it in real life. Why not do it online?
Excellent advice. Now, ultimately, what is your game plan? I mean, for YouTube and beyond. I mean, what are you here for? What do you want to see in the next couple of years for you?
Well, of course, in the next couple of years, I want to see me still online. I want to be relevant. And I want to eventually find myself being able to claim YouTube as a primary income. And it's doable. You just need to make sure that YouTube isn't your only thing. You need to have products, make t-shirts, give people what they want. And I really think that you can reach out and find sponsors. As we said, we were at VidCon. You probably met a ton of people at VidCon who were sponsoring stuff, right? Social media. Don't let big businesses know this. But social media is pretty cheap. It's a lot better than what you have to pay to put an ad up on a television. So my ultimate goal is to try and get sponsored.
Thank you, Richard, for that great interview. Remember to check him out. He's BusterSenshi on YouTube. And please subscribe, please rate and comment. I am loving the comments. I am also going to start doing these interviews twice a week on Tuesdays and Thursdays, starting this Thursday. So again, thank you for your support. I will see you Thursday with another blogger interview.